Welcome back. Venezuela's opposition leader and Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado will meet with President Trump at the White House on Thursday. The president has publicly cast doubt over whether she can lead Venezuela. That appears to be part of the reason why Machado has floated gifting Trump the Nobel Peace Prize she won late last year. Former interim Venezuelan President Juan Guaidó joins me now here in Washington. Before Machado's opposition movement, his presidency was recognized by the United States and more than 50 other countries. Since 2019, he's been living in exile since failing to oust Maduro. Mr. Guaidó, good to see you. Thank you for being here. How do you assess how the Trump administration is handling the situation in Venezuela since the extraction of President Maduro?
I mean, first the extraction, a successfully one. I mean, we Venezuelans felt like justice, and not only justice, an opportunity and a hope to not only re-entry our country, millions, 9 million Venezuelans have fled from our country, but in this moment also to recover democracy. I mean, we know we're not naive about the situation. President Trump, either, or State Secretary Marco Rubio, when they say Delcy Rodriguez has to commit to cooperate. If she doesn't, she faces the same consequences as Maduro or worse. Mm-hmm. So there is no naivety here about the situation. In this moment, I have to say we feel happy, optimistic, but we know a lot of tasks have to make to achieve a full democracy restoration back in Venezuela.
And I know you have said you actually supported the idea of removing Maduro the way the Trump administration did.
I mean, we try everything back in Venezuela. Elections, we won an election in 2024 with Edmundo González Urrutia. Maria Corina Machado was banned from that election for the regime in 2019. President Trump and 60 countries in the world recognized me as interim president in Venezuela, asking for a free and fair election. I mean, we are trying everything since maybe 15 or 20 years ago. This situation is Maduro-made. Mm-hmm. They avoid a negotiation. They avoid a commitment to democracy. And this is an also opportunity, not only to Venezuela, the end of impunity of this kind of regimes, Maduro, Cuba, Nicaragua, only talking about Latin America, is a strong message to the world.
You have called the interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, an interim dictator. How would you like to see her replaced, and how quickly?
An election. I mean, it's not only about the president. It's about the National Assembly back in Venezuela. It's about the restoration of the powers, the independence of the judicial system, the electoral system. I mean, we have to dismantling a criminal organization. We're not naive, again, about the situation. Delcy Rodriguez isn't like an interim dictator. And President Trump knows well. Marco Rubio knows perfectly about the situation back in Venezuela. But the ELN, the FARC dissidents, the political prisoner has to be released immediately, almost immediately, in these situations to gain terrain in dismantling the criminal organization and to recover the institution to fully achieve a transition back in Venezuela.
How soon should those elections be held?
I mean, we want it tomorrow, but I mean, we're pragmatical about the situation. The situation back in Venezuela has to be stabilized. And Secretary Rubio said in a good way, a good framework to settle the situation: transition, stabilization, and recovery. I mean, not exactly maybe in that order, right, but stabilization is important. I mean, we got guerrilla back in Venezuela. We had to contain that situation back in our country and to promote, again, the fully independence of power back in Venezuela. If we got a sooner election, better to democracy, better to the region, better to the markets also. The oil industry, the mineral situation back in Venezuela, that's a good news also to the region.
Maria Corina Machado, as we said, is expected to meet with the president later this week. She, of course, won an election in 2024 to serve as vice president, but she's the leader of the opposition, or was the leader of an opposition party in Venezuela at the time. What should she be asking for of President Trump?
I mean, our main agenda years ago, our goal, our biggest achievement is democracy. I mean, our agenda is about democracy, also about recovery, the oil industry, also about how to 9 million Venezuelans could return to Venezuela to rebuild. So that's our main agenda. I mean, that's not a secret. That is not but we have to, in this moment, we are confident in the Trump administration to work together. I mean, again, they're not naive about the situation. We either, so democracy have to be our agenda for sure.
Her party, her movement is a little more center-right. Yours is a little more center-left. You were interim president, or you were recognized by dozens of countries around the world. When those elections are held one day in Venezuela, do you intend to go home and run again for president?
I mean, first, the situation, I mean, the ideological ubication, for me, it's kind of anachronic in this time, in this era. The situation in Venezuela is about dictatorship, regime, and democracy and liberty. I already served as interim president of the National Assembly. I want to serve as a citizen in Venezuela. Nicolás Maduro could run, for sure, but also a lot of Venezuelans to National Assembly, to Congress, to be mayors, governors. We need a full transition to democracy in the shortest term possible.
But you've got that look on your face that says, yes, I'd like to run again one day, maybe.
I served as president with only 35 years old.
Right.
Of national.
Very young.
I have only bought my two daughters, 8 years and 4 years old. I mean, I want them to return. Venezuela, has a million. So that's when you speak about the return, immediately I have to smile and with that possibility. And that is possible because they struck Maduro.
We should note the politicians in every language in every country don't directly answer the questions about their future. Perhaps a good sign of democracy all over the world. Juan Guaidó, thank you for being here. Good luck, and we appreciate you taking the time.